How is your Monday going? I'm gonna refresh over here in just a second so I can watch and see when you guys join us. Let's see what happens. I see our Palm Sunday thing. And there's Pastor Tim. Here we are. Alright, so is everybody having a good day so far? Allie, you're awfully quiet back there. Are you having a good day so far?
It's okay.
It's just okay? Yeah. Alright, let's see who's with us today. Click on it and see what happens. Hey, Debbie. I don't know if you still have Kylie and Isaiah today, but hey guys, if you do, I texted your mama back. I absolutely loved your scavenger hunt pictures. It was really good to get to see you guys. We're just hanging out for a second, waiting for everybody. Today I have like a survey question to ask. We'll see how it goes. So Allie, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, if you could be, or if you could have, any type of farm type animal as a pet, what would it be?
A horse.
A horse? Why a horse?
I don't know.
Just like them?
Yeah.
If it's a pet horse, would you ride it? Or you just like
I'd
pet it
probably
and
ride
play
it.
with it and braid its little mane?
I'd probably ride it.
You think you'd ride it? If I could have a pet, I would want it to be a pygmy goat. Because those are so cute. But then it ends up being like, okay, so I need a pygmy goat. And then it's like, but he needs a friend, so I need a baby pig. And then if I get the pig, then I would need some chickens. And then it just never stops. And then it's like, hey, Miss Gail. And then it's just like a whole farm in the backyard. What Miss Debbie say? They were just there for the weekend? So do they only stay on the weekends, or you get them during the week some too? Hey, Susan and Jason. Hey, guys. Jedediah wants a pig. I totally want a pig. If I got a pig, I would get it a little tutu for it to wear, and it would be so cute. It may not like it, but I would at least try like once. So Susan and Miss Gail and Jason, we were talking about if you could have any kind of farm animal as a pet, what would you get and why? And it doesn't matter if you live in a neighborhood, like no rules. You could have any pet you wanted. Miss Gail, you did not need to set your alarm. I think your 1 o'clock one is more important. But what kind of animal would you have? Do you have a farm animal pet at home right now? Like I know a lot of y'all have chickens and stuff. My mother-in-law has chickens. Hey Kelly, hey guys, Tyler and Reagan, and hey Miss Julia. We are discussing if you could have like a farm animal type pet, no neighborhood restrictions, what would you get and why?
I have a sheep right here.
Allie says she has a sheep. We're going to show you them in just a minute. I personally would told them I would want a pygmy goat, and then a pygmy goat would need a pig to play with, and then the pig would need like a goose or a chicken or something, and it would just never stop.
The pygmy goat would need a goat and a pig, and then the pig would need like a chicken or something.
Okay, so
And then the goat would need a
Miss
horse.
Julia says she wants a rabbit and a colt. Allie wanted a horse too. And then it says Susan wants a cow, but a cow that doesn't poop. Because that's a lot of poop. But definitely
I wouldn't want a
cow.
horse that
I
poops,
agree. It is a lot of poop. My mom's brother and her dad used to have cows a lot, and they would walk them back and forth to the two different fields, and it is a lot of poop. But one Easter, when we were living there, we woke up that Sunday morning, and there had been like either 3 or 4 little baby calves born that weekend. It was pretty awesome, because you woke up and you saw them all. Bunnies are cute. And Reagan says that she has a Shih Tzu, and her name is Mia. Okay, so here you go.
What's that?
I'm going to introduce this type of dog, little furry one.
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce you to my dog.
You know,
So,
we're
are
already
you
trying
ready?
to walk over here.
All right, Peanut, you ready? Come here. Come here.
Come here. Go.
Come say hi. Come here. Come here. Come say hi.
Peanut,
Look,
sit.
can you say Can you
Yeah.
just look over there? No, you can't look over there. She's gonna take it and run. Poe Bear. I don't know if you can see Poe or not. Look and see if you can see Poe. Can you see Poe?
Stay.
Come here, sweet girl.
No.
They can leave. They don't have to stay. Poe's black and white. She's down there. Now, the reason for me showing you my dogs is that for the first... Poe Bear, can you say hi? Look, Poe Bear. Sweet girl. That's a sweet girl. This is Poe. We think she's part border collie. The other one is supposed to be lab and something else mixed. They're supposed to be sisters in the same litter, but they look like the exact opposite of each other. But we took them to the vet, and the vet said that could be true, and so they could be from the same litter. Who knows? But,
Let me show a picture of them when they're little.
huh? No. If you have a picture and you want to show them,
No, I can do it off of your phone. I can just
Hey,
put them up on
Maggie.
the screen.
I miss every Sunday hug. Every single one I miss. We're going to have to make up. But no, they're super, super sweet dogs. It was like a rescue thing. Ethan's friend's mom had puppies, and they needed a home. So we ended up taking both of them, and they're sisters. Very sweet. They'll be about 3 years old, but where we live, we're kind of on the end of the street, and it's a lot of woods behind us, and it backs up to the Natalbany River. So Allie will take them quite often in the evenings and let them run and go explore, and they'll climb all over the dock and stuff. But
no dog.
the beach
Sandy?
part, the sandy beach part. But they've never really been off of our property a lot. Like, we take them to the vet, but they've never really just been like out somewhere else a bunch. So yesterday,
Like cows.
Derek and Allie and I loaded up the girls and rolled down the windows, and we went for a drive, a really long drive. Like, we went
3 hours.
all the way out past Amy and came back up and went all the way over to Montpelier and came back up through Albany and just went all over the place. And it was the first time that the girls had ever seen cows. I'm going to tell you, I don't think they were so impressed. We even stopped the car with the windows rolled down so they could see them good and look out the window. And let's just say that if we were going to get a farm animal, Susan would have to get the cow and not them, because they growled and barked and their backs bristled and they were quite unsettled by the cows. Now the cows, for their part, they just looked at them like those things in the car have a problem. But in their defense, it was their first time ever seeing cows. So Reagan or Tyler, I'm not sure which one, posted that their first pet was a Chihuahua. We always had a Chihuahua, Wee Wee and I did growing up. And we even had one here, our first little dog here was a little Chihuahua, but we always had them growing up. They are very, very sweet. Peanut just went and hid in the corner.
Put them under the table.
And Poe was under the table, so they're not real big on Facebook Live. But the reason I was asking you about farm animals is because yesterday was Palm Sunday. So Palm Sunday is typically when you celebrate when Jesus made his entry back into Jerusalem, and they call it Palm Sunday because everybody grabbed palm branches and waved them. But there's one part of the story that gets mentioned, but we don't always talk about it a whole lot. So today, I wanted to kind of focus on how Jesus got into the city. So Jesus got in on a donkey. So we're going to give you some donkey facts and did you know, but we're going to wait to the end. So we'll have did you know time at the end for today. So first, we're going to talk a little bit about what happened, and we're going to start in the Bible. And we're going to do it. It shows up in a couple of books, but we're going to actually do it coming from Matthew. And it's Matthew chapter 21, and it says, "Now, when they drew near to Jerusalem and came to Bethphage, to the Mount of Olives," I'm sorry, I'm dropping everything. Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying to them, "Go into the village in front of you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied, and cut it and her colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, you will say, 'The Lord needs them,' and he will send them at once." This took place to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet. And this is something that they spoke back in Zechariah chapter 9, verse 9. It says, "Say to the daughter of Zion, Behold, your king is coming to you, humble mounted on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a beast of burden. The disciples went and did as Jesus had directed them. They brought the donkey and the colt and put their cloaks on them, and then he sat on them. Most of the crowd spread their cloaks on the soil, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. And the crowds that went before him and that followed him were shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest!" And when he entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred up, saying, "Who is this?" And the crowd said, "This is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth of Galilee." So here's the thing. Number one, I need better glasses because I'm having trouble just reading it. It's in front of me. But when it talks about the donkey, and it even refers to it as a beast of burden. Do you guys know what that is? So beast is how they refer to animals sometimes in the Bible. It's not like a Beauty and the Beast thing. It's just like a big farm type animal. And then a beast of burden is one that's made to carry a load, to carry a burden. Sometimes it's supplies, sometimes it's people, you never know. Well, back in Bible times, a lot of times the king, when they entered a city, they would ride on a donkey. You would think they would have big fancy stuff, and sometimes they did. But a lot of times kings would ride in on a donkey. These are some of the words that are used to describe donkeys, and some are used in the Bible and some are just ones that people use in general. Donkeys are described as strong, submissive, and humble. And they even refer in the Bible, they say he came humbly. Now, when it talks about a beast of burden, that kind of goes with the whole strong thing. Now, one of the reasons that the kings always chose a donkey is because it was kind of symbolic of peaceful. Donkeys were very humble. They were very just quiet, like it says, submissive. They did what they were told, even though it might hurt them, even though it might be a really heavy load to carry. Donkeys, just in their nature, are peaceful. And so it was a way of a king entering the city and letting everyone know that he was there to help. Now, the thing about the palm branches a lot of times symbolized victory. And so when the people were shouting Hosanna, which technically Hosanna can be translated, and it means save now. Now here's the neat thing about that. Here comes Jesus on a donkey, like a lot of kings did. They're putting down palm branches, which mean victory, and they're shouting, "Save now." The people of Jerusalem were expecting him to come as a king. So far, it looks like a king's entrance pretty much. But what they didn't realize is that when they're shouting, "Save now," that's really not what Jesus was here for. Yeah, he did save now a lot. He did do a lot of miracles. He saved people from physical problems they had and emotional trouble they were having, and he did a lot to help them right now. But people kind of weren't thinking long term. Jesus didn't just come for the now, he came for eternity. And he didn't just come to be a king now of Jerusalem or that area. He came to be a king of something totally different. And so this week, yesterday, started the week of Holy Week. It's our week leading up to Easter. Biggest week we've got. And so this week, I would really like for you to focus on the eternity part that Jesus came for. And we're going to do some different stuff this week, and we're going to come back and talk about this donkey again. But first, I'm going to show you a picture of one. So, have you ever looked at a donkey, like, from up top? Like, have you ever climbed up in a tree and looked at a donkey? Or maybe, like, if you were at a petting zoo or something at a fair, maybe you were on a Ferris wheel and you looked down. Well, in case you haven't, because I've not ever done either of those things, this is kind of what a donkey looks like from top. Actually, it's exactly what a donkey looks like, because this is a picture of one. Look at the top of it. Do you notice his shoulders and his back? There's a cross. There's one strip of hair, darker, that goes all the way down his back, and one that goes across his shoulders. This is a marking that's found on most donkeys. I thought it was pretty neat. that it always looked like one. But here's a did you know that makes it even neater, because I did not know this. You ready? Did you know that in the medieval ages, people actually would go and cut some of the hair from the cross on the donkey's back, and they would use it in medicines that they made to treat illnesses, because it was thought to have healing properties. So they would take the hairs, mix it into whatever they were making, cook it down, and that was part of the remedy that they used, because it healed. I think it's kind of neat that they were looking to a cross to heal them, because we have the same thing. We have a cross that can do that for us. Actually, that was really cool. I never knew that about the cross on the donkey's back. But there's a legend about the cross on the donkey's back too. And we'll talk a little bit more about it on Friday. So Friday, you're going to get the second part of the Did You Know about the donkey's cross. It's like a to-be continued one. So in the meantime, if you have a chance this week, before Wednesday, I want you to gather a few supplies, because we're going to just make something fun. And then we're going to come back and talk about this donkey again. But if you have time, and I'll have Miss Nancy post it on the Facebook page, you need an old sock. Probably a lighter color would do better. No holes. So if you have a spare sock, which I don't know what happens to the other one in the dryer, but something happens. And then a lot of times there's only one sock that comes out. So if you still have that one sock laying around, grab it. You need a marker. Probably black would work the best. You need some scissors, and then you need some string. Now, this is the tricky part. You can use string if you have some, like kite string, or I wouldn't do fishing line. I don't think fishing line will work that great. Thread might work, but it's probably going to pop. So if you don't have string, the best substitute would probably be some rubber bands. Or even if you have like hair elastics, like the little small ones, you could use those too. So you need an old sock, not dirty, no holes. You need string or a rubber band. You can get a piece of ribbon, like a pretty piece, something springy if you have it. You need some scissors and a dark marker, and then you need some rice. And we are going to make a sock bunny on Wednesday. It should be pretty cool. I watched it today. It looked easy enough. I think I could even do it. No sewing, just a sock bunny. And then Friday, we're going to have a really special lesson, and we're going to come back with the other half of our Did You Know. So check in the comments. Miss Nancy has a song down there posted for you. And in the meantime, I love you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. It's still really, really pretty outside. And I hope you have a great rest of your day on Monday. Oh, here comes Allie. You want to say bye? No, she don't want to say bye. That's a good quality. That means she's not ready to finish playing. But you guys go hang out, have a good Monday, and come back Wednesday. We're going to make a bunny.